Hey, Big Dave the Middle Age Gamer here with another week of Pickems. It's week 3 in the NFL. Let's see how I did last week. Last week, I went 8-8. Kept treading water, basically. And for the year, I am now 18-14. Still over 500 for the year. Ranked number 400,000 overall on the ESPN side of things. Could be worse. And, as I said, could be worse. Could be better, yeah, but last week was absolutely crazy. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go over the last week's result. The Thursday night game, I actually nailed that one. Not for the reason that I thought was going to happen, because I didn't predict Tua to go down. You don't ever want to predict an injury. Start right there. But I think it was because of Tua's injury that it was just so bad. I thought this game was going to be a bit closer. But, hey, a win's a win. Only on the Monday night games do points matter. Alright, let's get to the Sunday games. Yeah, I did not see this coming, and according to this, about 90% of the people didn't see it coming either. I mean, on the bright side, I guess I don't feel so bad, but picks like this, if you make, are what separate you. Okay, and then we had the Lions losing at home to the Bucks. Also did not see this one coming, as a lot of people didn't. A couple of big upsets here, pretty bad home beats. And then had the Vikings holding serve at home, and as I said, this was just a crazy week. I mean, teams that were really not expected to win just pulling these out. And there was just no excuse for this. I mean, the Niners just looked horrible. Cracks maybe showing in Brock Purdy's veneer? Who knows? Got this one. I mean, then again, the Panthers are the absolute worst team in this league and probably widely expected to go 0-17. It's highly possible their Week 10 matchup against the Giants in Germany could be dubbed the 0-17 Bowl, as it's highly possible that both teams will be winless going into that game. Alright, we have the Colts blowing it against a Jordan Loveless Packers team, and with Jordan Love now practicing, it's possible that he may have only missed one game. He could be out there on Sunday. We'll get to that more in the future, but this was, if you're a Colts fan, this is pretty embarrassing. Alright, and they had the Jets actually winning in Tennessee, although it was a pretty close, hard-fought game. I'll give Tennessee credit on this. Despite being 0-2, they're fighting hard. They're keeping it close, against teams above their weight class. Gotta give them that. They start playing some lower caliber teams. They might get a few wins here. Seattle going to New England and doing what's expected, but again, New England, they've looked really good too, punching above their weight class, holding teams down. I mean, Tyler Lockett did practically nothing last week's game. That's pretty impressive. All right, and then you got we had Jacksonville, who I and a lot of the rest of us thought were going to win this. Did not. Cleveland, their defense is their defense, and this is just an ugly game. And I did say I picked the Giants to get over my better judgment. How the hell was I supposed to know the coach was not going to bring in a backup kicker when the first one ended up on the injury report? And then, of course, that kicker gets hurt on the first frickin' play of the game. God damn it. As a Giants fan, it still stings. This was just a heartbreaker. 7 frickin' field goals. Ugh. I just want to move on. And then the Ravens. What is going on with the Ravens? Losing at home to the Raiders? Losing to Gardner Minshew? And the what is going on with them? This defense is not where it was last year. I have no words. This is an utter shock. Alright, now things starting to look a little better. I actually got this upset right. I did call the Cardinals over the Rams. I just don't like where the Rams are at right now, and I said at the beginning of the season, Aaron Donald's retirement was going to exposed the defense for what it was, and that's a smoldering wreck. They gave up 41 to Arizona. I mean, and not only that, after week 1, Marvin Harrison Jr. had a bust label. Week 2, he's now in Malik Neighbors territory. What a difference a week makes, huh? Cardinals fans got to be eating that one up. All right, we got Kansas City squeaking out over Cincinnati. And Patrick Mahomes is just not looking right, guys. What is going on? I mean, they still put up 26, but since these defenses, they should have put up a lot more. I mean, a win's a win, I guess, but that was kind of a rough one. And then we had Pittsburgh and Denver, and I called that another ugly, low-scoring game, which is what I pretty much said it was going to be. And Pittsburgh did what they had to do. They set atop of the NFC North all by themselves. I mean, it's only 2 weeks, but still, pretty cool. And then we had Sunday Nighter, Houston, holding serve at home over the Bears. And this was another ugly game, and I also said at the beginning I thought Houston was due for an offensive regression. The Bears' defense has improved, but it's not that good. And yet here we are. And then the Monday Nighter, Saquon ruined my pick. Saquon's just bound and determined just to piss me off and break my heart every single chance he gets, huh? Jeez. All right. And I said that there were going to be 65 points scored. There were 43. I thought there was going to be a lot more fireworks in this game, but oh well. So, not the best week for me, but I mean, I kept 500, so I mean, at least I treaded water. Could have been worse. All right, let's look at this week's games. We got the Thursday Nighter. Starts tonight, which is why we do these on Thursdays. Jets at home against the Patriots. The Patriots do look a lot better. That defense is pretty legit. But even still, there are still some cracks, believe it or not, in that secondary. And this could be a time where Garrett Wilson just absolutely feasts. And I think Aaron Rodgers should absolutely feast. And the Jets line has been really holding up. One of the best in the league right now. So I think right now it's just a case of what's better, the Jets offense or the Patriots defense. I think the Jets offense is better. And I think the Jets defense is going to be good enough to keep the Patriots down. Well, it's not like they were scoring a ton anyway. I think the Jets are going to win this. Now we look at Sunday. We got the Giants traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. At the beginning of the season, I would have said the Giants would have no chance to win this. And looking at this, nobody else is really giving them a chance either. But I'm going to play devil's advocate with this. Giants got humiliated in week 1. Home opener loss against the Vikings. And Sam Darnold. Sam frickin' Darnold. And then lose an absolute heartbreaker in week 2 because of bad coaching. What are the odds that the Giants put this together, go to Cleveland in week 3, and then against a really unsteady offense, put up just enough points to steal a win? All right. Let's take a look at who Cleveland plays in week 4. Okay, let's find Cleveland. Here we are. They travel to Vegas, take on the Raiders. It's possible they look at the Giants as a guaranteed dub, and look beyond them. This smells like a trap for Cleveland, and I'm not very confident in Cleveland's offense anyway under Deshaun Watson. I mean, the Browns line's pretty good, but so far nobody's had an answer for Dexter Lawrence. And it's just going to take a few plays. I mean, because the Giants pass rushers did look better against the Commanders' suspect O-line. So they're going to be going back against a good line. But if they can put that together and start putting more pressure on Deshaun Watson, they could really do some damage here. And secondary has actually been surprisingly decent. And there's a chance that the Giants could actually do some damage here, especially if they actually figure out the solution to actually getting off the field on third down. But yeah, Cleveland's offense just does not inspire me. Their defense is good enough where I could see the Giants' offense struggling mightily, especially on the run. But Giants' O-line's actually been pretty damn good too this year. So this is kind of a weird one to predict. I don't think it's as cut and dry as everybody thinks it is. I mean, if this was just about any other team in the AFC North, I'd say, yeah, this is a gimme. But it's not. I can't believe I'm actually going to do this, but I'm taking the Giants on this. I think I just talked myself into a bad decision. But when you're an emotional fan like me, you sometimes make stupid decisions with your team. All right. Moving on, we got Green Bay and Tennessee. Tennessee's been playing tough, but if Jordan Love is really expected back, hang on a sec, I need to take a look at this real quick. And I don't dare kick off of this, because I'll ruin the recording, and that's just going to have me lose my mind. That's not what I wanted. Alright, and yeah, just bear with me. It doesn't seem like I'm actually showing anything, but there's a reason for that. Alright, non-committal about week 3 status. Although we did practice yesterday. But the fact that he returned to practice is a good sign. Although, after what we saw last week, I still think the Packers are good enough to get a win over Tennessee. And now we got the Bears and the Colts. And the Bears' offenses look like hell with Caleb Williams under center. But what do you expect? He's a rookie quarterback, and they're not all going to be C.J. Stroud. And defensively, they've been all right. As I said, they haven't been great, but they've been all right. And the Colts, I don't know what's going on with the Colts, but this offense is a lot better than it's been. You know, all it takes is Anthony Richardson actually being healthy and playing a few games. Would you look at that? And defensively, they're kind of a mess, though. So this is an interesting one. I don't know how it goes. But normally, what's the rule? When in doubt, take the home team. Let's go with the Colts. We got the Texans and the Vikings, and everyone picking the Texans and not the Vikings. I'm going to disagree on this, and here's the thing. Remember what I said before about offensive regression? The Vikings defense actually looks pretty scary good. I mean, Brian Flores has this defense in top form. And, I mean, look what they did with San Francisco last week. They were able to hold down the Niners. What are they going to do with the Texans? And I told you, there's going to be some offensive regression with the Texans. And I've been saying that all year. Don't expect what happened last year. That was a fluke. I think C.J. Stroud comes down to earth this year. I'm not thrilled with that line. And the weapons, well, not bad. No, they're not Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Speaking of which, Addison, not sure if he's going to play. I'm not sure it's going to matter. I don't think Derek Stingley's going to have much of a chance to defend Justin Jefferson. And I think the Vikings are going to win this. We got the Eagles and the Saints, and the Saints have been looking like freaking world beaters. Derek freaking Carr, huh? And Rashid Shaheed has been a revelation for them and has been a breakout, so much so that I found Chris Olave available on my fantasy league this week. What? So yeah, I'm putting a waiver claim on him. Even if he is a second choice, I mean, he'd be a hell of a pickup, right? Anyway, we're not here to talk fantasy. We're here to talk real life, and I think the Saints are going to win this one kind of handily. I don't like the Eagles secondary. Rather green. And there have been moments where Darius Slay has looked kind of washed. The pass rush just isn't as there as it's been. I don't know. don't like this Eagles defense all of a sudden. I mean, they gave up enough where they had to rely on a Saquon Barkley routine catch to win, and they failed. But yeah, I'm going to take the Saints on this. Wow. All right, Steelers at home against the Chargers. Both teams 2-0. Both teams playing killer defense. This is going to come down to who runs the ball better. And I honestly don't know. And what do I always say? When in doubt, take the home team. I'm going to take the Steelers on this. And this is... Wait, is that a 50-50? That is a 50-50. Well, that should tell you a lot right there. All right, we got Tampa Bay at home against Denver. Yeah. Don't need to say much. Denver's one of the worst teams in the league right now. Rookie quarterback under center and playing like it. Not much in the way of weapons. Cortland Sutton has no business being a number 1 receiver. He's a number 2 at best. That's all they got. But it is what it is, and this is going to be a very lumpy season for Denver. On the bright side, I'll get him a high draft pick. And they should probably go after either Luther Burden, Tateroa McMillan, or Travis Hunter with that first pick. All right, now we've got the Raiders at home against the Panthers. This one's easy. When in doubt, pick against the Panthers. The Raiders' defense is pretty legit, and Carolina is so bad they benched Bryce Young for the Red Rocket. Will he be better? Yes. Will it be enough to beat the Raiders? No. All right, we've got Seattle at home against the Miami Dolphins, the Tua-less Miami Dolphins, and I think without Tua, they're just not going to muster much. And man, I feel bad for whoever took Tyreek Hill in fantasy. Or Jalen Waddle, or any of their other 4,000 weapons. Anyway, Seattle should win this one kind of handily. And now we got Dallas at home against the Baltimore Ravens. And Dallas's defense suddenly looks incredibly suspect after giving up 44 at home against the Saints. Wow. And the Ravens defense also looks kind of suspect. And they just couldn't stop last week. And yeah, this is kind of a weird one. I don't know where to go with this. Normally I would say when in doubt, choose the home team, but it's the Dallas freaking Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys, so I'm going to choose the Ravens. All right, now we've got another late afternoon game. Rams at home against the Niners. I think that this is a good get-right game for the Niners. I think that's a pretty easy, should be a pretty easy win for them. But then again, I said that a lot last week, and look how I did. And then we've got another afternoon game, Arizona at home against the Detroit Lions. The Lions suddenly looking a little suspect. Meanwhile, Arizona's at home. Meanwhile, Arizona caught fire last week. This is going to be an interesting game. The Lions are still the better team, but I gotta love what you saw from Arizona last week. This is going to be a shootout, and it should be an instant classic, but I want to say the Cardinals, but in good consciousness, I can't. All right, now we get to the Sunday night game. The Atlanta Falcons at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. And man, Atlanta, that's a tough schedule to start the season. The Eagles and the Chiefs right on top of each other. Oof. Honestly, Kansas City's been winning more with their defense than their offense. Chris Jones is a god. My God, you put him together on the same defensive line as Dexter Lawrence. Enough of that, though. One of these games, we're going to see Patrick Mahomes just open it up again and become Patrick Mahomes again. The Falcons' defense, I'm still unsure about. I think this could be the game. Got to take Kansas City here. And then the Monday Nighter, the Buffalo Bills. basically have a week and a half off. They're at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags looking like hell, and this offense is not to be trusted. Buffalo's defense, though, wow. They've shown me a lot, and this could get ugly, guys. I think Buffalo's going to win this one easily. And we have a second Monday Nighter. Oh. As the Commies travel down to Cincinnati, take on the Bungles. Are they the Bungles again, or do they pick their heads up out of the sand and get back to where they should be? This is a definite get-right game for the Bengals. And I think, honestly, they have the offensive firepower to keep up with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. They do it easily. Get just enough stops. This should be another shootout. It should be a lot of fun. How much of a shootout here? Let's go 35-31 Bengals. It might seem a bit high, but that's just my gut on this. All right, there we go. There are my picks for this week, and this video's run a bit longer than I thought it would, but a lot to cover, a lot to go through, a lot of research, a lot of on-the-fly research, and there it is. All right, there's my picks for Week 3 of the NFL season. Let's hope I do better than last week, right? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest and greatest videos as they come in and to help this channel grow. This has been Big Dave, the Middle-Aged Gamer. This is Week 3 of the NFL. I'll see you all next time.